So GT2, ambient lighting, element 6 carbon fiber panel. So it's been a while since I've installed anything on the Stinger. It's been busy, work, moving, still moving, but I just got this, I guess, dashboard. Not sure exactly what the official part is, but this is what goes across the front of the dashboard. AC vents, engine start button, and opposite side of the steering wheel. The finish on these is insane. Pretty damn good. It's an OEM piece that's been wrapped in carbon. So no, it's not lighter, but it does look badass as fuck. I'm installing these. I'm going to start off with the small piece over here. Shouldn't require too many tools. I think a screwdriver, and then a pry tool, but that should be about it for this install. Alright, so excuse my car, it's extremely dirty. Like I said, I've been pretty busy, but I'm going to start off on this side over here. So this panel replaces that one there. So first things first, this little panel here, this needs to be popped off with this pry tool. So let me get in there. Underneath there is a Phillips head screw. Gotta remove that. And ignore that wire, it's to the air suspension. I'm actually going to be tucking that today in the middle of doing this. So that screw comes out. Alright, so I forgot to start recording, but take your pry tool, wedge it in between here, pry this off. It helps if you take your hand and push in from the inside to get your pry tool sliding in, and then pull back, pull out. So this just unclips from there. And then here you have 3 screws. You have this one. Alright, so the other phone was causing me issues. I recorded this on my phone, so yeah, so there's a screw here, there's a screw here, and there's a final screw down here. I remove these, and this panel should be ready to pull down. Alright, so with the screws removed, just pull down on this panel. There's clips, and that should pop them out there. Let's see here. Here we go. There we go. So with that panel off, got to remove a couple more screws. There's this one here, this one there, this one here. I think there's another one back here, but I got to pull this one off first. So let me get this going. All right, so there's a little clip right back in here, so you just got to unclip that. Just gonna work my way over this way. There we go. Another clip release there, and there we go. So now 2 more screws, one here and one on the bottom side of the panel there. So let me take these off now, and that panel should be ready to come out. I gotta get somebody to do the recording for me while I do this. Should be a lot easier to have two hands doing this. But this is ready to come out. So looking at this panel, the back side of it, there's a clip at the top, clip there, and a clip on the inside there. So I can get some leverage here on something. There we go. And that's it. So this panel is now out. Time for this one to go in. Just a matter of lining it up into position. This is a OEM piece, so it should just be relatively easy to pop in. There it is. I'm sure it would be if I had two free hands. So let's see. Can't. There goes that piece. There goes this piece. And that's in. So yeah. Perfect OEM type fitment. And there we go, that clipped. So perfect. So that piece is in. It's a matter of reversing everything back in, putting these two screws. I'm not going to put this panel back up yet. I'm just going to put just the screws that hold this and this here, as well as the little trim panel, because I do need to have this side off when I do the bigger portion here. So again, here, same thing, just in reverse. So again, car's a mess, please excuse. So now this right here, I need to pop this side off. So again, it's easier when you have both hands dedicated to it, but take your tool, pry, and into there, pry here, pry there, another clip here, and take your time if it's the first time. Be careful, you don't want to break anything. If you're not used to doing a whole lot of trim panel removal, it's easy to break a clip if you don't know what you're doing or which way to pull on it. So there's that. Wow, you're still in here. Alrighty, old cookies. So now, I'm going to remove this one right here, and that is going to allow removal of this trim panel here. Gotta see if there's any more screws or if it's just clips. But for now, just that screw. Let's get that going. Alright, so it took me 2 hands to do it, but what you want to do is you want to pull back on this, since it's wedged into here. Pull back on this piece. As you pull from the bottom to release. Don't pull from the top because of the way that the clips are set up. You're going to want to pull from the bottom. Just like so. And I come across. Again, take your time if it's your first time. Don't want to damage anything. Don't want to break anything. But get this wire out of the way. Pulling back on this, coming all the way across. There we go. So panel comes off, didn't break any clips. All right, and the last piece on removing this is gonna be some screws. There's a screw here, a screw here, a screw here, and one more over there. So 4 screws to get this panel off. Let me get to that. All right, so it screws off. It's just a matter of reaching back under here and giving it a little tug. Let's see, there's that. There you go. Go. And again, you want to pull straight out. You don't want to bend it too much because you are putting pressure on the clips the way they're not meant to be put pressure on them. So let's see here. There we go. So that puts this panel off. Going to be remove the clip. So there's the clip there for the push start ignition, and then there's this clip here for the ambient lighting. So let me pull that off. I need my 2 hands for this, so I'm gonna have to put the phone down for a second. So for the ambient lighting, I'm not sure how to remove this side of the clip. Remove that, but this is screwed onto here. That goes into the dashboard, so I need to take these 2 screws off, and then I can unclip it from there and then completely remove this. All right, so this is the portion I was extremely interested to get to. Here's the issue, not issue, depending on which term of stinger you have, what country you're from, and how much little things and certain things are important to you. So I have a US spec GT2 all-wheel drive stinger. This one comes with the interior ambient lighting. The ambient lighting is built into the back of this silver trim. If you've been inside a GT2, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So this here and this so all this here is different from the Korean version. Element 6, which manufactures this carbon fiber panel, is based out of Korea. Being based out of Korea, they get Korean parts. In Korea, there is no interior lighting kit like there is for the US spec. There are interior lighting kits, but rather on this panel, it is not there. So what I'm going to do, because I'm going to get a little brave here, is I'm going to try to transplant my US interior light onto the Korean spec. This should be as simple as just removing 4 screws here. Again, this is manufactured slightly different than the Korean counterpart. In Korea, so in the US, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, potentially 6, 7 screws over there that hold the silver panel onto the bigger panel. In Korea, they have 1 screw, apparently 2 screws, and I think 3 screws. And then I'm not sure if this is part of the Element 6 manufacturing process or the Korean manufacturing process, but it looks like they've welded these panels together. I am going to just go with the fuck it, send it, and try to remove that panel. So I'm going to need both hands. I'm not going to be able to record myself doing this as I progress, and if it's successful, I'll be back and I'll show you what I did. If it's unsuccessful, I'll be ashamed and I may not show you my results. But that's kind of interesting. Oh, that's because this hasn't. This is a brand new panel. Mine's already been wedged into the AC vents there. But other than that, I see no differences in the way these are manufactured. So I think the top panel is exactly the same. It's the bottom panel that's different. So, all right, there's the explanation, and now I'm going to get to it. All right, so to kind of show you what I'm doing here, I removed the screws and then just taking a flathead screwdriver here and just separating this. Again, it's kind of a two-hand thing, but I get this on camera. So that's separated. That's separated. Try to be as gentle with this as possible because I don't want to break this super cool, super expensive panel. Just because I want to try a little experiment, but so there we go. All right, so I'm going to keep going. I need my two hands, so I'll show you what happens. All right, so phase one successful. The silver trim is gone. Like I said, I just had to pry away at those little tabs. I did have to remove the AC vents. They were in the way of the tabs coming all the way out because it kind of tucked in under the vents here and here. But so far, so good. I'm actually going to do something that I was planning on doing and I almost forgot to. I'm going to ceramic coat this. I bought some ceramic coat. No time better than the present. It's also going to be easier to do it out here versus in the car at a later time. So it's going to get ceramic coated. Live in Southern California. There's a lot of heat. There's a lot of sun. Want this to last as long as possible, look good as long as possible. And I figured ceramic coating is going to be one of the ways to get that done. So I'm going to stop here for a moment, get this coated, and then when I come back, take the other one apart, see how that goes. All right, so as promised, success. Transplanted the bottom silver piece from my GT2 over to the Element 6 panel. So I just had to break off those little tabs that were had some resin or something that was holding it together. Could have done it a little bit cleaner and dremeled out all the little edges so this could fit a little more seamless, but it's good enough. Not worried about it. All the screws are in place, everything fit. So now it's time to throw it on the car. I would say that transferring this over, it did add a lot of time, especially since I was using a manual screwdriver. If you have a little electric one, it might be a little quicker, but I wouldn't say it doubled my install time, but it did add quite a bit of time to carefully remove all the screws and on both panels and swap everything over. The AC vents, like I said, they do have to completely come off because this tucks under there, and then the one screw holds them both together here and here, and it kind of tucks right there, and it kind of tucks right there. But it is possible, it is doable. Now time to go put it on the car. All right, so another variable was, is this little transformer or controller or whatever this is going to fit where it's supposed to? And yeah, the posts for the screws are on this Korean panel. So that's there, I just screwed that in. Now I just got to plug this in, just like so. That clips into place. Only thing left is to clip in the ignition button and pop it back into place. So installation should be relatively quick, relatively easy. With one hand available, it's probably gonna take me a little bit longer than it should. But as long as you're not recording yourself doing it, it should be relatively quick. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to use two hands. All right, so I clipped the start button. This kind of just laid into place, but I'm going to pop it back in, and it should be as easy as it was to pull out, as long as I'm putting the clips in the right spot. All right, so it's clipped into place now. I did have to use both hands and basically just lined it up, and then I held my hand here and then kind of gave impact to the back of my hand to kind of clip it into place. Ran all the way across, all the way back. This one gets screwed and it's going to hold in place. But that's it so far. So ignition button works. All right, so I came to the realization that I was very dumb and didn't actually record myself as I was doing this. I did, but I didn't hit the record button. But anyways, once the trim panel went back in, I put all the screws into place, and then the bottom small trim panel, clipped it on this side, worked my way across over here, where I then put the screw in, and now I'm in the process of putting this panel back where it goes. It's just a matter of lining it up exactly where it's supposed to be. So just like this, kind of. There we go. There we go. So this kind of just clips all back into place, just like that. Not just like that, just like that. So there we go. That seals the way it's supposed to. Turn this door seal back on. And this side is officially done. Again, sorry I didn't record everything the way I was planning to, but just reverse what I did earlier. You'll figure it out, simple enough. You go to the other side. All right, so now I got to put this all back together and do my best one-handed here. So again, this is all mostly clipped here. Line up the clips, get those in. Same thing over here. Get everything to clip back into place. And it is. Now it's just a matter of putting some screws back where they go, like so. Screws there. This clips back in. This I can actually just put back where it's supposed to go. This screw goes back in. Yes, this would be quicker with power tools, but this works. All right, so that's there. Side trim panel. Same thing as the other side, just line it up where it's supposed to go. Just like so. Pop it into place. I'll put this liner back where that's supposed to go. All right, so that's back on. Again, my car's dirty, excuse it. So that panel piece is there, and there we go. All done. Completed. This is the Element 6 Element 6 carbon fiber dash panel. So that side. I think I'm gonna have to get a steering wheel now.